The Outdoor Show. It's the program that puts you into the peaceful and beautiful home of Mother Nature. It moves you back to that calm fishing pond up north, one step away from Lake Michigan, or into your hunting blind on a brisk fall morning. The Outdoor Show. It's a peaceful program. This is not your mother's outdoor show. This is the WHTC Outdoor Show, hosted by a guy who literally has hunting in his name. Tom Meddendorp is Dutch for Village in the Maiden, or King's Hunting Ground. Your co-host, sometimes, is Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery. It's time for what really happens when the guys go up north on that hunting trip. It's time for the WHTC Outdoor Show, presented by My Firearms ETS. That's MI Firearms ETS on 1450 WHTC, Holland's news leader.
Good morning. Welcome to the Outdoor Show. I'm Tom Meddendorp, my sometimes co-host, Tim Becker.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 weeks in a row you're here.
No, I wasn't here last weekend.
Wasn't last week?
Nope.
Was the week before?
Yes. Yeah, last weekend.
What are you, every other week guy?
Hey, I've been here for like 6 weeks in a row. I figured it was time to miss one.
My, how time flies.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Well, we're here with Sergeant Cal Kuning of Ottawa County Sheriff's Department, Marine Division, and Chief Puckett of the U.S. Coast Guard, Holland Station.
Morning.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
It's quick. Morning.
We got to share a mic here, so we're going to go back and forth.
We should have that. Oh, we don't even got the webcam anymore. This
the webcam's been gone forever.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I think you two just scoot nice and close to each other.
I thought you'd been here every week for the last 8 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
The webcam's been gone for over a year.
No. Has it really?
Yeah.
I don't believe
Where
you.
you been, Timmy? Oh, wait.
Well, that was hunting season now. There was a good 4 to, well, mine was 6 months of hunting season, but.
Tim, a year ago would have been spring 2014.
Mm-hmm. Well, 6 months ago, I wasn't here very much.
Yeah, but it was gone a year ago.
It doesn't matter.
We're just checking on your
You
observation
know,
skills.
people follow me around with cameras anyways.
Your observation skills.
Yeah.
So, are you guys working today?
We are.
You guys always come wearing uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
You're always official.
Always on duty.
We can never get you to relax.
24/7, 365, always on duty.
There you go.
That's it.
Keeping us safe.
Sir, yes, sir.
Somebody has.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Eli's Chief's gonna do the. We got to see if he can drag me up onto that boat today.
drag you up onto the boat.
Yeah, we're gonna
overboard
yeah
drill.
Man overboard drill. We're gonna toss me in and see if he can pick up a.
You
true
jumping in the
250.
water?
Oh, really? Heck
For a man
no,
overboard?
no. This was joking.
No.
This is joking. This is joking. All of a sudden, I
what are you,
realized.
crazy?
Wait a second.
Why would you want to practice with him?
Right.
You know what he'll do. If
Oh.
you do practice with him,
back.
he will do everything to pull you under. You'll be trying to save him, and he'll be saying, nope, you're going down. So, it's been a little while since you guys been on.
We missed
And
you.
We did.
Missed you, too.
Good.
Ditto.
He said ditto.
He did say ditto. But did you guys know, since, the last time you were here, we have signed into law now a new air gun reclassification package?
Oh, no.
Well, you better check with the gun guy, Sergeant Kuning.
10-4.
Because if you run into one of these, this will go into effect.
Explain what this is.
Well, it'll go into effect July 1, 2015. Previously, Michigan law classified a large amount of air guns, BB guns and pellet guns and so on, were classified as firearms under Michigan law. That got rewritten so that our projectiles that are propelled by air, gas, or spring are being eliminated from that firearms classification. It'll make it a lot easier to determine which one is allowed and which one's not, right, Sergeant Kuning?
Yes.
Because it's always been difficult, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to figure out which ones are the firearm classifications. And because of that, my curiosity with this reclassification is there a time, Chief Paquette, on the water where you have to determine whether a firearm is, if it's designated as a firearm or not a firearm for people out on the water? Have you ever run into that where somebody's had a BB gun, but it fits? You're not sure about the classification.
I've never run into a BB gun on the water. We've run into weapons on the water, sure. People that have carry permits, they're allowed to carry on the water. So we run across legal carrying citizens, but I've never run across a member of the water having a BB gun, no. So
Never run across that. Sergeant Koenig, have you run across that in your regular duties? Come across somebody where you traffic stop or whatever, and you see a BB gun in a vehicle, and you have to determine whether it's
Not on a traffic stop. I mean, you get a call where some kids or somebody's in the yard shooting or something with a BB gun, but never in a vehicle. Have I had like a BB gun?
and people call and say, "Hey, there's a kid outside with a gun."
Yeah. Well, you get those or the airsofts. We get.
Oh, the airsofts,
People
that's-
call, people with a handgun running around. It ends up being like an airsoft gun.
Okay.
See,
But I never had a BB gun incident in a vehicle. Not me. I'm sure it happens.
I'm sure it's about. And it's funny because at my gun shop, the pellet gun pistols, and I think I'm saying that right, pellet gun, not BB gun, but I could be wrong, but a pellet pistol is treated the same as a standard pistol. You
With a
have to
rifled barrel.
That's right.
If
yeah,
the pellet gun
rifled
had a
barrel.
rifle barrel, no, BB guns do not have a rifled
Right.
barrel.
Rifled barrel, you have to do the pistol purchase permit
Really?
and 21 years old
Yeah.
through a
But
dealer.
this reclassification is going to change some of that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
now you have to learn all that stuff to who has to do the 4473 and who doesn't.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
you don't
Play it
want to make
safe.
that determination.
Yep,
You just want to
yep.
do it.
I just want to make sure I'm safe. Yeah,
was-
there is so many new laws coming out on all sorts of different things.
Until I met you, Tim, I didn't
Your
know.
life wasn't complete. I
It
understand
wasn't. It
where we're
wasn't.
going. Yep.
After I met you, then completeness came. But
Wow.
I never knew the name of the form that you filled out to
Yep.
purchase a firearm.
Yep.
And
It does say it right on top in bold letters, so just
What-
to let you know. Everyone that you
Oh,
filled
you're
out.
trying to talk about
Yes.
my awareness now.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I
yes.
got you. But hearing you guys call it the 4473 or the form 4473.
That's the
and stuff,
form you fill out when you
Yep.
buy a firearm.
It was just very interesting the other night. I have just an antenna for television. I know it's a terrible situation. You
3
guys probably
channels
know.
unless it's overcast and it's 1.
Tinfoil.
But on this TV, did you see the air quotes?
Yeah.
This TV, 17-3, they played Red Dawn, the original.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With Patrick Swayze?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when the Argentine commandos and stuff came down and so on, they started talking about it was captioned at the bottom, and they were talking about who they were going to round up and what they were going to do, and they talked about go to the sports shop and get the form 4473. And I'm looking at it going, wow, check that out.
Yep. Now you knew what that meant. You bet.
That way they could figure out who had guns and who
You bet.
didn't. I just got a kick out of that. But so this is going to change how we look at the air gun classifications or BB gun classifications and pellet gun classifications. I just thought that was interesting because I know it's always been at least in the circles that I talk to, it's been a topic of discussion. What is classified as a firearm when it comes to BB guns in vehicles? People transporting them and so on.
Okay, I see now.
Where officers
Yeah.
run into it, and previously you had to have a rifled barrel in order to classify as a firearm, but also if it was not, and I'm not exactly sure on the exact wording, but if it was .177 or smaller, where a lot of times it was thought of as .177 or larger, and that was always a topic of contention as to is it larger or smaller? Where does .177 fit in?
Well, see, in accordance to the ATF, .177 with a rifled pistol barrel has to be,
If it's rifled.
classified as a air pistol.
Yeah. And the paragraphs on that, there's about 7 paragraphs on that in Michigan firearms law. Yes, I read them. But they're
That's good,
confusing.
though. I'm glad.
They're confusing, though.
Now I know who to call.
But it's. I'm glad that our legislators are doing different things to clarify and straighten out our confusing firearms laws in Michigan, because we've got a lot of confusing ones that make it difficult. Such as, if you're an FFL dealer, you can't sell to anyone under 21. Mm-hmm. If you're a private owner, you can sell handguns to somebody at the age of 18. Mm-hmm. And that's a big issue right there that people can't get figured out as far as when they can purchase a handgun. And then, of course, everybody says, well, if I can buy one when I'm 18, then I can open carry, right? I said, I don't ever want to answer that.
It's correct, though, isn't it?
he making me answer it.
Right. I'm calling him out. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't we?
That's going to say go to commercial.
If you can legally purchase a gun, if you can legally own a gun, you may open carry in Michigan. And that's so now you could have that now. We are not legal counsel.
Yep.
How's that whole thing go?
Yeah.
It's
the small disclaimer.
Yeah.
It's our disclaimer. You can't believe us.
Yeah. Yeah. Do not believe us.
It's just crazy some of the ways we've got it all laid out and everything else. So I just wanted to bring that up, that we got the new legislation in there for the air guns and so on. And I just wondered if you guys had ever run into it. And then, of course, with for you, Tim, to sell things through there, you have to go through and run that 44.
Yep.
Form 4473.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but we're getting it straightened out.
Hey, we're trying.
Little bit by little bit.
I'm trying.
Copy.
10-4.
These guys had too much coffee this morning. They're all jacked up.
This is actually my first cup. I gotta get going here a little bit.
What is that, the espresso stuff?
He even bought the baby cup. That's cute.
Little 12-ouncer.
That way, if he spills, it spills less.
Cal, you stop by the store afterwards, and I'll make you some of the Tim Becker coffee.
No, this is fine. I'm
you
happy.
Just stop by, and it makes your hair grow rapidly.
Which I could use.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
It's all good.
Yeah, you bet.
You're secure with that, right?
Why not?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice, this side of the table is all gorgeous bald men. So you're over there with you're the oddball out today.
Man, everybody always harasses me about losing hair, and
you're just thin. That's it.
Well, thank you.
No, I'm talking hair.
Well, you guys, you comb your hair with a razor and keep it nice and short. And with all this rain and this weather, have you guys noticed anything about your yards?
Growing like crazy.
It's crazy. So if you're having trouble getting that grass cut, go on down to Westenbrook Mower and get yourself a new mower. Make it happen. Or if your mower, hope it doesn't, breaks down, head on over to Westenbrook Mower, and they service everything they sell plus more. So Westenbrook Mower, where they service what they sell, right? Mm-hmm. All units are ready to use when they leave the store, and Westenbrook submits your warranty information so you don't have to. Stop into the Holland or the Jenison store, check them out on your computer at westenbrookmower.com, or call them at 616-396-5733. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to The Outdoor Show, brought to you by Michigan Firearms, your personal protection and concealed carry specialist. And we're back, ready to talk with you. Give us a call, 395-1450. We've got Sergeant Cal Kuning from the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department Marine Division, and we've got Chief Paquette from the U.S. Coast Guard, Holland Station. And if you've got questions, give us a call and talk to these guys. Well, you got them here. It's free. And they're not going to arrest you if you did something wrong.
Right. Right. No, if any questions at all, call them.
We do.
Call the store or the store.
Well,
my bad.
Well, I know when you can find somebody at the store.
Yeah.
It's not always you, but I know when you can
somebody
find
will
somebody
be there.
at the store.
And Al's listening right now, critiquing me. He's got his notepad out like he does every week.
Actually, I was talking about, one of these two guys is actually down there, and I know when he's there, but I'm not going to tell on the fact that he's there, because then people will say, well, I know where to find him, and then he'll get bombarded with all kinds of questions.
Oh, yeah.
You must be talking about Cal.
You bet.
Well, anyway, these guys are all jittery and everything else.
I know.
With that kind of coffee and that kind of coffee. I'm all calm, cool, relaxed, because I got what, Tim?
Biggby coffee.
I got my Biggby.
Yeah.
Biggby coffee.
Yeah.
It's coffee for the outdoorsman, you know.
Coffee for the outdoorsman. We'll convert you.
Did not know that.
Well, you do now. And they've got 2 locations.
Yep. I didn't know that.
That's
Until
the
you
funniest
said that
thing.
that one time, and you're like, look across your parking lot. Oh, right there. It is directly across the road
All we got to
from
do
my
is
building.
step out the north door and look
Yeah.
a little bit to the right, probably 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Yep, seen it.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
So you got Rover on Waverly and Chicago Drive. You got that
Yep.
location. That was the location first. And then the second location opened up over there in by Duluth Lumber, the old Myers, for those folks that
Yeah.
are, you know,
Yep.
in a different age classification. We call it the old Myers. Across from what D&W there, or not? Is that
Yeah, it's
D&W.
D&W.
D&W, yep.
Yep.
So it's like right across the
Yep.
road
By the
there on
Sprint
Douglas.
store and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And they're always helpful.
Yeah.
Love the folks that Mark hires over there. They're great.
Good.
And I heard a secret.
But,
They're gonna open one in Zeeland.
oh boy,
Yeah.
look how excited he is about
Wow.
I am excited
all for
because it's
it,
close to me.
Christmas.
like Christmas. Well, excellent. Well, hey, we got you guys here today to talk about Safe Boating Week. What is Safe Boating Week? Talk about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Tim. It's National Safe Boating Week. The agencies get together, such as the Coast Guard, Ottawa Marine Sheriff's Department, and everybody out throughout the United States. And I'll just give you a quick blurb. The reason why the National Safe Boating Week is what it is according to the Coast Guard statistics, 610 boaters died in our nation's waterways in 2014, where the cause of death was known. 78% of fatal boating accident victims drowned. Of these drownings victims, 84% were not wearing a life jacket. So what we do as agencies...
640 people, 84% of them were not wearing their life jacket.
That's right. That's right. That's why we promote
Goodness gracious.
wearing of the life jackets. And so all the agencies get together this week before the big push of boating season to promote boating safety.
Well said. And speaking of that, today up in Grand Haven from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., we're going to have an open house, Ottawa County Sheriff's Office and the Coast Guard. Just an open house for boater safety. We'll have some boats on display, life jackets. We'll be talking, wearing the life jackets, just stuff like that.
You
And
going to
we'll
be
also
there,
do-
Sergeant Cooney?
I will be there, yes.
So they can come meet you?
They can come meet me, yes.
the man behind
right
the radio.
downtown Grand Haven.
You bet.
On the waterfront. And then we're doing, like we did a few weeks ago in Holland here, we're doing a Grand Haven vessel safety check as well.
Oh, that is
And you just
important.
asked me about that, Tim.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
there was going to be another safety
Yep,
check.
it's up in Spring Lake. And same thing. It's pretty much like what Chief and I did.
Yeah.
We're up there. Coast Guard's going to also roll that way and do a little vessel inspection.
Everybody should go to that. It's such a benefit.
Yep.
you
And we
know?
had a really awesome turnout down
That's
here in
good.
Holland. And it was great.
That's good.
We checked
I'd like
a
to
lot
think
of
that's
boats.
because, we promoted it here
Yeah.
on the
You
Outdoor
You know what?
Show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
we'll always promote it.
That was
That's
awesome.
I just want everybody to realize how big of a deal that is
Yep.
to, even my boat where I'm, perfect at everything. There was things I had to fix on it to make sure it was ready to go.
And there was a boat that didn't pass. Another life jacket. We, big old tear in it. So
Yep.
they're like, "Hey, have it." So we tossed it, of course, and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful to have.
Yep. So no, thank you, word of mouth, you guys, the local media.
Yeah.
We had a good turnout.
Yeah,
that
you
was
bet.
great. So hopefully today up in Grand Haven, same thing.
Yeah.
Up
If
in
the
Grand
weather-
Haven, another
weather holds.
safety inspection.
Yep.
So
Safety
Chief
inspection
Paquette's not
from-
going to be there, though. No?
Yeah, no, that's out of my area. So we'll be doing an open house in Holland like we do every year on June 6th from 10 to 2 p.m.
Is that the hot dog roast and everything?
It is.
I'll be there.
And as a matter of fact, this year we're hoping to get the Coast Guard helicopter, to do a SAR demonstration out there in front
Sweet.
of the station. Usually we get a good turnout. between
SAR.
Search and rescue. Thanks.
Oh,
Tim.
yeah.
So,
Awesome.
yeah,
That's when they're going to dump me over, huh?
we'll see.
Yeah, we better get better hydraulics.
Right. We usually do have a great turnout, though, just like Grand Haven does for theirs. And it's all just to promote, like Sergeant Kuning said, national boating safety and just boating safety in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Today is up at the Grand Haven Coast Guard Station?
The vessel inspection is actually at Barrett's. It's Barrett's Marina, which is in Spring Lake.
In Spring Lake,
That's from
okay.
11 to 2.
11 to 2.
The open house is from 1 to 3, which is down by the waterfront stadium, like the musical fountain. You
Yeah.
would sit there and look at it. So that's down there on the actual stadium, right by the waterfront.
Okay.
So, and that's the open house where we'll have, stuff on display, talk to people.
Oh, okay.
Boats on display, the big 47s for Coast Guard. Our fireboat will be there spraying water, and be a good time.
Okay.
Yes. I'm confusing you. I'm sorry.
No, I believe it'll be a good time. I just want to get it straight for the listeners.
Yep. No,
Spring
that's
Lake,
fine.
11 to 2 for vessel inspection.
At Barrett's.
At Barrett's Marine.
Come
in
via
Spring
water
Lake.
or land. Via water or land. You can, if you're
wait
on
a
the
minute,
water.
wait a minute.
Via water with no consequences.
No. Okay. We're talking if you're boating on the water,
Oh,
you can
okay.
pull up to one of the docks, or like we did in Holland, you can come via trailer. But if you do, make sure your boat works. I mean, in other words, batteries are in there, the nav lights work,
Yep.
horn, stuff like that.
And that your nav light is correct up front in your bow from the store that you bought it at. Correct.
You could even explain that one if you like.
Oh my goodness!
What happened there, Tim?
I came to see these wonderful gentlemen, and they said, "Well, let's check your nav lights." I said, "Yeah, no problem." And I had this new bow light for your red and greens, and I put it in there. Sergeant walks by me and he goes, "Why don't you turn that around?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And I looked up front and I said, "Huh?" So I turned it around. I looked at it and I said, "You've got to be kidding me. They put the glass on backwards so that red was on the wrong side, green was on the wrong side."
Really?
I would confuse these guys coming back, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you had it plugged in correct.
Yeah.
It was just the lenses were flipped.
The lenses were flipped.
Nighttime,
yeah.
it could be bad.
Yeah.
You can't see the boat. All you see is the red and green.
Yep. Yeah.
So a boat inspection like that, we picked. We picked up
was
on
able to figure that out.
Able to
I
fix it.
I still need to fix that.
Oh,
I can't.
okay, or
I
still have to fix it.
What I want to know is this: did he pay you guys so that you all had the same story about the manufacturer put it together wrong, even though he mounted it backwards?
That's right.
That's right. Yes.
We collectively
Where do you think this coffee came from?
I was gonna real quick mention to you. You asked where a boater can get a vessel exam done throughout the entire year. Anytime a listener out there needs to get their boat inspected, you can go to www.safetyseal.net and you just click in "I want a vessel exam" and it'll bring out either the Coast Guard Auxiliary, the Power Squadron, and then there's other avenues for the Sheriff's Department also. I'll let Kel touch on that.
So.
Yeah, and basically, if you're on the water, you can pull up to any Marine officer, and we will do, for free right there, just a vessel inspection on your boat. But yeah, then also you can also go to our website, miottawa.org, which on there we have the whole, slow and awake zones for Ottawa County, because a lot of people ask questions about where they have to go slow, fast.
Oh, I definitely have questions about those.
It just kind of feels odd to me, Cal says, just pull up to the sheriff's boat.
Yeah, we're friendly people.
They usually find me.
But most people are driving the other way when they see the sheriff or the coast.
Well, see,
get in the shore quick.
What Sergeant said too is, they're friendly people. They're out there to keep everybody safe. Right. Don't be afraid of them.
We're going to clarify this stuff in just a little bit, and when we come back. Farmers Co-op Elevator in Hudsonville is your food plot headquarters with over 40 different seed varieties to choose from, providing in-house soil testing as well as fertilizers, lime, and equipment to plant, maintain, and get maximum performance out of your food plot. Visit the Farmers Co-op at 3302 Prospect Street in Hudsonville. For a complete list of products and services, check them out online at fcelevator.com. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to The Outdoor Show, brought to you by Powderhorn Guns and Archery, for all your arrow-knocking, gun-cocking, fish-hooking, flag-waving, stand-up and sing God Bless America hunting and fishing needs. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We're back, ready to answer your questions right here on The Outdoor Show. Wow, you almost let us down, Tim.
Oh, I would never.
Caitlin's over there playing the music, waiting for you to start whistling with it, and you're on your texting machine over there.
I've got a good friend of mine bringing a young kid turkey hunting behind my house, and
today?
Yeah, twice now the big toms have walked by, but there's been no boom. Hello, we good?
I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, the button was stuck? Okay.
Well, it went in and out. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? And then I saw Caitlin. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
something's not right. She's
Yeah.
getting frustrated over there.
No, I have a buddy bringing a young kid out behind my house to go turkey hunting, and the big toms have come through twice this morning, and no booms yet, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, but that's all right.
So that's a reminder. Turkey season's going on.
Yep.
But let's recap just a moment.
Safe boating week.
We've got this is today. You know, we never actually said it straight up. Today is the kickoff to Safe Boating Week. Today
Yes.
is the first day of Safe Boating Week.
That it is. That's why we're here, correct?
Yeah,
We're here
exactly.
to promote
You
safe
bet.
boating.
Well, you guys
Wait a minute. We didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, is that okay? Gotcha. Just to rip on us.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, up at Barrett's Marine, it's 11 till 2.
11 to 2 up at Barrett's Marine in Spring Lake, right on Savage, the main drake in
Oh,
Spring
yeah,
Lake.
right downtown. Yeah.
Yep. And that is the boating inspection.
Yes.
So you can come and get a boat inspection at Barrett's Marine today, 11 till 2.
Yes.
The open house at the Grand Haven for the Grand Haven Coast Guard and the Ottawa County Sheriffs, that's going to go on at the Waterfront Stadium
Yep. Right downtown Grand Haven.
Yep.
from 1 to 3.
3. Yes, correct.
So you got 2 hours.
Yes, 2 hours for a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Ton of fun. Hot dogs? Got hot dogs?
You know what? I don't think so. I don't know if Coast Guard has the hot dogs up there.
Yeah. I don't
Eli
do-
has them.
Oh, there you go.
Eli-
Nice plug, Sergeant Cooney. Yeah, that's right.
Eli,
June
were you doing
6th.
brats this year?
No, come on.
On June 6th?
We're just doing
Come on.
What
hot
happens if we
dogs.
bring our own? Will you fry them up for us?
If you
Yeah.
cook them.
Oh.
So,
Well, will the grill be open? Can we take brats
Sure.
and throw them on the grill?
Sure.
Okay.
So
ducks.
So June 6th, open house, 10 to 2, like we said, and
Yep.
and we'll be serving up hot dogs and sodas and waters.
Yeah, and I was there last year. That was an awesome day to be out there with you guys. You guys had that one boat
Yeah,
that they were
Coasty.
driving around. Yeah, Coasty, that's
Sure.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kids like it. And,
Yeah. What do you mean the kids liked it? I was all over it.
And all the
Yeah.
other agencies participate. The sheriffs, the DNR. So it's a whole bunch of knowledge there, right there in one hub for
That's
you.
3 weeks from today, I think. June 6th is,
I
right?
think you're right.
I'm thinking about it. Memorial Day
Hey,
next
I'll be here.
weekend.
Yeah.
And then we got 29, 30, 30th, and then we got the June 6th will be coming.
Right.
And that's that's when all the schools are finally out. So that means everybody should have a chance to head on over there 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, June 6th, Holland Coast Guard Station.
Yeah,
Hot
come
dogs.
see us.
Hot
Yeah,
dogs.
absolutely.
Hot dogs.
You got the hot dogs.
We got the hot dogs.
But if Tim and I bring our own brats, we can cook. Well, we could bring venison steak, maybe.
Let's not go that far.
It's not.
Big old smorgasbord.
So, anyhow, the Safe Boating Week, we've got Safe Boating Week kicking off, and we're talking about Safe Boating Week, and we told people earlier on what Safe Boating Week was about, and you told us some statistics on people that drowned and didn't have life jackets on, and all that good stuff. I think it was 80-some% of the 640 people, 84% of
84%.
640 people or something like that.
Yeah, 84% were not wearing a life jacket.
That's just incredible to me.
Well, think how many lives could have been saved, possibly saved with life jackets.
Oh, yeah, and they make them so comfortable nowadays, those auto inflates. I mean, they're thin.
Now,
You
auto
put 'em
inflate,
on.
does that work when it hits the water, when
Yep.
water hits it?
Yep, exactly. They come in different forms. They're like a little pill dissolves, like
Yep.
if the water hits the pill, poof,
Yep.
it inflates, or it just goes under the water, the slightest pressure, poof, it inflates. Or you can do it yourself. You can, like a little
Pull
pole
it.
handle.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
want
Those
to
things are
get
sweet.
one of those. I want to get one of those for
And
Tim.
yeah,
so I
all
can
our
pull the
Marine
handle.
deputies wear those auto
youth?
inflates.
Oh, they do.
I want Tim
Nice.
to have one of those on so I can pull the handle out.
They even make them in fanny pack style. I mean, a nice little fanny pack that's an auto inflate. It pops out. It's almost like a Type 2, like that classic orange type, PFD.
Yeah.
That pops out. So.
Yeah, nice.
But now, once
What are we
if
laughing
that
at
comes out, if that comes out of the fanny pack, do you have to then go over your head
Yeah,
with it?
that you have to,
to
yes.
put
Oh,
that
okay,
over.
okay.
Exactly.
So
you would
if
have to.
if somebody falls and hits their head and they're unconscious,
Yeah.
it's not gonna do that job. So
No.
does that reclassify it a different type?
I believe it's just a Type 3. Like
Yeah.
like our auto inflates are Type 3s.
It's
Yeah.
still type 3.
So,
then. Okay.
yep, I
I didn't
think
know
so.
because the auto inflates that you have around your neck already, like a vest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are there so that
Yep.
if something happens, it takes your head out
That's
of the
just
water.
like wearing a T-shirt, though, isn't it? Until it inflates.
Exactly. It's
Nice
very
and
thin.
lightweight.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Just a little
Yeah.
seal canister pops it and poof.
Anytime I
It
fish with
inflates.
Chief, he makes me wear two.
Yeah, right.
But no, life jackets are huge.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
lifesavers, obviously.
Yep.
When boating, recreational boats, you have to have a life jacket on your boat for each person on the boat. So obviously a throwable too, some kind of a throwable.
Yep.
If someone does go over,
Hey, explain
cushion.
throwable real quick, if you would.
Usually it's a square seat cushion or a life ring buoy, and the law reads that it's got to be readily accessible. So it's got to be out on deck somewhere in case if your buddy or your child falls overboard, you can quickly toss it to them.
Yeah, you don't got to dig through compartments to find it.
That's right.
Like in my boat, you got on the driving side, the passenger side, your port and your starboard sides. The seats are back to back.
Right.
Up toward the front, you got the driver up there, and then behind him sits somebody else, and then there's seats further back. But underneath those two seats, I have this open area that, there's you don't have to open a door or anything. I usually put it in there, and I hang the handle out of there so that you can just grab it and be able to throw it.
That's the way to go. Readily accessible.
That makes it readily accessible. Okay, because you
That's it.
can't see it. It's out of the way, but the handle's there, so you grab that handle, grab it, and toss.
You would have known that if you would have taken that boat to the free boat inspection.
I guess
Ay.
to say to that, just make sure your passengers know where it is in case you go over. I know you know about it, but do they know about it? And now they got to try to toss something to you. What do I do?
It's funny you say that because, like CPR, first aid, every job site, OSHA requires on every job site there's at least one person. And years ago, when they made that requirement, I said, okay, so we're going to do our foreman, but what happens if the foreman goes down? What about the apprentices being able to do this? And of course, dollar signs were clicking for the guy I was talking to. And I said, really, I do want somebody to be trained if something happens to me.
Yeah. Well, same thing. My boat, I got a little 18-foot runabout, and has a kill switch. And my kids, I show them if Daddy goes over the boat or something happens to Dad while I'm driving, boom, hit that or pull the little lanyard, and it'll kill the engine. So anyway. Yeah.
You wouldn't want me as a kid because I'd just sit there and pull the lanyard while you're driving. And then you go, hey, how come this thing's not working?
Yeah. Well, and I hear a lot on that safe boating stuff like that, too, that, well, we don't want to talk to each other about it. Do it.
Absolutely.
Explain everything every time you get in the boat just in case, so you're covered.
Yeah, and along with that, Tim, if you plan on going out and fishing or boating or what have you, make sure that a family member, a friend back on land knows your game plan. Listen, I'm going to be launching out of here. I'm going to go to here. I should be back at this time. That way, if you're not back at that time, somebody can call and say, he's not back or she's not back, and I'm a little worried.
That way we can get you out on a search and rescue operation immediately if something happens.
That's right.
That we can't find them, figure out where they're at. But it's just like when we go hunting. We always do a trip plan to go hunting, tell somebody where you're going to go, where you're going to be, so that if you don't return, we can go find you. That's excellent way to look at that, Eli.
Hunters do a trip plan.
Trip plan.
Boaters do a float plan.
You got it.
So
absolutely.
That's right.
And remember, a lot of people
trip float.
a lot of people think, I've got a cell phone, I can go anywhere, especially out in Lake Michigan. You don't have the best service out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of these backwaters,
That or
it depends on the service you bought, Tim.
Yeah.
You gotta bone up a little bit there, buddy.
I gotta grow up a little.
We'll get it sometimes. They'll go across the lake to Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
They call. It kicks over the pond and whoop.
Yeah. Well, you can actually pick up off from a tower in Wisconsin
Yep.
and make a phone call sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times where you get just a little ways offshore and you have no phone service, and that's not a good thing.
Yep.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's why we recommend VHF radio also.
Well,
It's
let's
also
talk about
good to
that
have.
real quick if we can. What is the channel to contact you?
Anytime there's a emergency on the water, the best way to receive help is channel 16. It's the International Hailing and Distress Frequency. It's only used for that. So if you have a handheld radio or a fixed radio on your boat, switch it to 16 and just say Mayday, 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 or Coast Guard or Marine Sheriffs, help.
All you
Any
guys
one of
monitor
those.
it then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, any one of those.
Those are
words.
monitored all the time.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I think when a lot of VHF, when you turn it on, goes right to 16.
I think you're right. I think
Yeah.
a lot of them do.
Yep. Well, anyways, I just wanted to make sure that was covered.
Well, and if you get your boat checked out and you need some repairs done, or you need some materials, you need some parts, all that good stuff, you got to check out Advantage Marine in Zeeland with competitive prices and personalized service to meet all your needs. Repair, storage, winterizing, parts, and more. Call Advantage Marine in Zeeland at 616-748-9235 or stop in and see Dave at 8755 Riley Street in Zeeland. That's at the corner of 88th and Riley on the northeast side of Zeeland. The lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to The Outdoor Show. Brought to you by Michigan Firearms, educating people in the safe and responsible use of firearms since 2001. My Firearms ETS offers education, training, and supply, the best you can find anywhere. Classes are offered regularly. Class sizes are limited. Register early to reserve your spot, 616-218-7328, or find us on your computer at mifirearmsets.com. We've got another first-level personal protection course, which qualifies for your concealed carry training to turn in your application to get a concealed pistol license in Michigan on May 29 and 30. That's Friday evening and Saturday all day. We're back, ready to talk with you a little bit. 395-1450. We got just a little bit left here time-wise. And we've got Chief Paquette and Sergeant Kuning in the studio here with us.
Sir, yes, sir.
We've been talking about Safe Boating Week, which kicks off today. And we've got the open house. If you didn't quite catch it, you can catch the information on the website. You can go to the podcast, WHTC.com, pick it up on the podcast. But it's at Barrett's Marine to get a vessel inspection from 11 till 2.
Yep.
And then from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock over at the Waterfront Stadium in Grand Haven with the Coast Guard open house and Sheriff's Department's there and everything else. The boat's going to be there spraying water.
Yep.
That nice new boat.
Actually, that's the Holland boat. Grand Haven, it's a couple years old, but still looks nice.
Oh, the Holland boat's the new one.
Yes,
the Grand
the Holland
Haven
boat's
one's
the new
one
whaler.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
That's the one with the square front end, right? Or kind of a weird front end
Yeah,
with the fire hydrant on the front? Or
Yeah, the Boston
looks
whaler.
like a cannon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think it's awesome.
Yep, the fire. I just call it the fireboat.
Yeah.
Will we get to see the Holland one on June 6th from 10 to 2?
It's going to be out there.
Nice.
Hopefully, yeah. We can spray water, and the cool thing of that boat too is we can hook up to a fire engine and be like a big fire hydrant on the water and just supply water
No
to
kidding.
the truck.
Yeah,
kinda
because the fire engine, the number one engine, can pick up off from a fire hydrant on land and then hook up to that boat on the water, and you can get a different angle on a fire.
Relay
that's
and
happening.
stuff like that.
No
so it's kinda
kidding.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that was a real neat boat when I saw it.
Fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, Tim, but I used to be a firefighter, and I get excited about that stuff.
Yeah.
So everybody listening that knows my father-in-law, who retired at the end of the year, 2014.
From where?
After 45 years of service to Zeeland Township.
Oh.
There's an open house today over at the Drent Grove in Drent
Yep.
from 11 to 2:30. And there's a presentation at noon. So if you can make it there, I'm sure they're feeding you. It's an open house.
For Gordy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Can we bring our own venison?
Yes.
Grill it up.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I'll get some from Tim.
There you go.
Exactly right.
You bet.
Okay, can we talk new law?
I would like
Most
to.
definitely.
Yes, new law.
With
Okay.
all these open houses going on at
Yes,
this time
well-
of year.
Yeah, here we go. Drum roll. No, new big law for this year, and obviously it's going to start now. But it's the drunk driving limit. You know, like the road, it's a .08.
Yep.
Well, back in the day on a boat, it was still a .10. Well, now finally this year, and it's in effect right now, it's also a .08.
Okay.
So they did drop it down basically to the same as a street. Also for the ORV and snowmobile, it's all the
okay.
same now, .08.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
So be very
the
careful. when
big
you-
thing is do not drink and drive.
At all.
Okay,
Yeah.
at all.
Now, let me ask something that I get asked a lot at the store, and I never answer it because I'm not sure about alcohol on a boat with passengers.
Yeah, you know,
Just so we can make sure everybody knows the law.
it's not illegal to have alcohol on your boat. It is illegal to be over .08. So with that being
Passengers
said,
as well?
No, passengers. You know,
No. I'm saying
unless
no,
you're a minor.
Yeah.
Then it's
Yeah, then you're in
absolutely
trouble.
zero tolerance.
Yeah. But for passengers on a boat, a lot of these fishing boats that go out,
They
the guys
can-
want to have, a couple drinks when they're on it. And I've never actually known the law, so I figured, hey, who better to ask than you gentlemen?
Yeah, it's not like we have an open container law on the water. Passengers are allowed to have alcohol on board. We trust that they're going to drink responsibly,
Yep.
and we encourage them to. But as far as the captain of the boat or whoever is the driver of the boat, we obviously recommend no alcohol, but we know that's unrealistic, and so the law states .08. And I'll tell you, with as much outreach as we've done between the sheriffs and the Coast Guard, we will be enforcing it. We're out there looking for it.
Keep all the other boaters safe.
Absolutely,
I mean, that's the name of the
Absolutely.
game
We
on
all
the water.
know. We all know that there is no highway on a boat, and so alcohol impairs your judgment, and it's pretty easy to get yourself into a pickle because you've had too much to drink out there.
Yeah, you bet. Well, good. I'm glad that that's covered, and everybody realized now that the new law is .08.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lowering that limit that you can drink as a driver.
Yep.
But, you know, I understand the alcohol on the boat, but I'm not sure on the you mentioned unrealistic for the driver not to have any?
No.
Or
That everybody would, yeah.
Yeah,
it's unrealistic to think that the boat would be dry.
Sure,
Right.
absolutely.
It's obviously in the water.
And we're not saying we're the two agencies. We want you to have a good time on the water, but with that being said, we want you to be responsible. And having a good time doesn't always mean alcohol involved. But if there is going to be alcohol involved, you know, if we highly recommend the driver of the boat doesn't drink at all. But if you're going to, make sure you're responsible. Make sure you're under that legal limit of .08.
I personally demand that the driver go zero tolerance because I'm out there with my family.
There we go.
Yeah.
And it just bothers me when I see people that are drinking and run around their boats, and they have no regard once they get to a certain condition, no regard for which direction they're going. Like if you're on a inland waters and you're doing skiing and stuff, and it's just crazy. So it bothers me, and I just hope that everybody just goes zero tolerance for the driver. Have a designated driver for being on the boat.
It's no different than...
Well said. There we
yeah.
go.
Oh, I agree with that. And it's no different than, you know, going with your friends to a bar to have a drink. Somebody's got to be sober to drive home.
Right.
So just keep somebody sober and keep everybody safe out there.
Yeah, have a plan. I mean, have a plan. A designated driver. You do it in a vehicle or do it in a boat. It's
float
great
plan.
idea. A float plan.
A float plan.
There you go. Make that part of your float plan.
You bet. Absolutely.
Yeah, and don't crash in front of me because I'm not as strong a swimmer as I used to be. I have a tough enough time keeping myself above water.
But you'll have your life jacket on.
Life jacket.
I will.
There you go.
Right.
Rock and roll.
I'm going to have one of them. I'm going to go get me one of them
Water wings?
them T-shirt thickness
Auto inflate.
auto inflates.
Auto inflate. There
Yeah.
you go.
I've been debating on the auto inflate for years. I got my nice one for fishing. You know, we've talked about it before. It doesn't have the pads are in the back. It's empty on my chest area for paddling and for fishing and stuff. And how
Wouldn't that push you face down?
they can. That's why that type of
Time to upgrade.
auto inflate doesn't have pockets.
Oh, my goodness. Wear a pair of pants next time you go out.
Well, yeah. So, anyway,
What else do you guys need to
last
add?
couple things?
Well, I was just going to quickly say 2 weeks ago, we had the State Marine Academy here again in Ottawa County. We had 60 deputies from around the state come here to our county for, boat law, marine law, you name it, OWI, drunk driving enforcement. Chief Paquette here helped on our boat handling day with towing. It was a great turnout. Like I said, 60 Marine officers from around the state, from the UP to the east side to you name it.
They all came by my business there, my shop. I kept hiding, thinking, these are all places I've deer hunted. Why are they here for me?
Anyway, it was a good time.
Great.
A lot of new deputies were taught and learned and whatnot. So
Good.
Making the Michigan water safe.
And if I can, real quick, if you have any questions at all about boating requirements, safety requirements, or anything general boating, feel free to call the United States Coast Guard or the Marine Sheriff's Department. We will do our absolute best day or night to help you out.
They're the
Excellent.
best out there, so give them a jingle.
Thank you guys
you
for
very
coming
much.
in again.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Oh, it's always fun coming here. Appreciate it.
Oh, yes.
We have a great time.
And, you guys are awesome. We'll talk to you guys again soon. I
Thanks.
hope we'll have you back.
Thanks for doing
Yeah.
what you do out in the water, fellas.
Thank you. Yeah, have us back.
Thank you, guys.
And hopefully, Tim, I hope you're back again, more often. Thank you for listening to this week's show, and we'll talk to you soon right here on The Outdoor Show.